The British are coming, they're here.
In 2006, both Hollywood and fashion's most glamorous were on hand at the Metropolitan Museum of Art to celebrate British fashion.
Bravery, intelligence, and a sense of humour. David Bowie, the Beatles, the Stones. British people have always rocked my world.
They sort of have a respect for tradition, and yet there's always a twist. There's always something a little off, or something a little naughty, or humorous.
Anglomania, Tradition and Transgression in British Fashion, explores the ideals and stereotypes of Englishness and pairs historical costume with modern designs in the museum's English period rooms.
We wanted to focus on particular ideas of Englishness, and we walked through the rooms, and it became clear quite early on that the rooms themselves held the idea of Englishness in the actual very fabric of them. In each particular room there's an element of the past, an element of the present, an element of tradition, an element of transgression. The first room is based on the idea of the English country garden. There's a wonderful dress by Hussein Chalayan, which almost looks like a form of human topiary. He's created hundreds and hundreds of rosettes, stitched them onto a canvas base, then clipped them away to look like topiary.
Andrew Bolton wanted them because it was all about layers of history being cut away, and he sort of felt it fitted in with the concept.
I think the exhibition has captured that kind of mad irreverence in a fantastic way, and you really get a sense of the energy, the creative energy that London's produced in sort of fashion design terms, as well as kind of the elegance of Savile Row and the tailoring tradition and the sort of grand ball gown.
There are a lot of things in this exhibition that are current, you know, that are made in 2006. It's a constant question of renewal. Look at Burberry, you know, with the kind of foxy fur attached to the trench coat. It's always about updating the past and making it relevant to now.
To celebrate their 150th anniversary, British label Burberry were the main underwriters of the exhibit.
You know, very much a part of my work is this contrast and these contradictions of this very sartorial and traditional side of design, but contrasted with something slightly a little bit rebellious sometimes, a little bit kind of talking about the different subcultures and musical cultures that exist within England. So the whole idea of this collaboration was perfect and very expressive about who we are and what we're doing as well.
This room is the gentleman's club, so we wanted to focus particularly on menswear and have Savile Row suits, the pinnacle of the establishment tradition, pitched against the opposite, which is punks. The idea of tradition and transgression is quite implicit throughout the show, and by the time you get to the gentleman's club it becomes explicit.
See this jacket here? This is part of a suit that I designed with Vivienne Westwood and she made it for me a long time ago. I wore this on the very first Sex Pistols tour of America. Unfortunately, only the jacket's left. The pants just fell apart, and so I thought it'd be a nice addition.
I don't really look what any other people do too much, and I am the one that that cuts through, that, you know, that knocks the door down, that goes ahead.
I think it's this eclectic mixing of styles that epitomises English culture, and also the transgressive aspect of it. It's very theatrical, it's very spectacle-based, but often it's subverting existing rules and regulations. And I think because there's such a rigid class system in Britain, I think often this reaction against this class system or the establishment is often where British creativity lies.